For the past few years, I have periodically received messages asking if I have ever heard of RPGSHOW, a human hair wig retailer that has some really great prices. Very affordable, lots of options, and up until now, I've always had to say no, but I have gotten feedback from quite a few wig sisters who've purchased from RPGSHOW and were really happy. Well, now I can say yes when I get that question. Today we are going to learn all about RPGSHOW. I'm going to show you one of their wigs. We'll talk a little bit about how you order from them because there are so many choices that it might be a little bit confusing to know what to choose. And I'll give you my assessment of this as an option for my human hair wig wearing sisters. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook, and I love bringing you everything I possibly can to help you on the wig journey, whether it's wig reviews, new resources that can help you, tips and tricks videos so that you can be successful on your journey. I try to do a little bit of everything, and I have been making videos for almost 7 years, and I am so grateful to be a part of the hair wearing, wig wearing community. I just love my wig sisters, and I truly hope that the information that I bring you is helpful on your journey. And today I am here to bring you another human hair wig resource. Although they do carry more than just wigs at RPGSHOW. They have toppers, they have hair pieces, partial wigs, ponytail extensions. There are a lot of options, lots of different cap types, curly wigs, straight wigs, different textured hair. Really, truly a lot. And it can be a little confusing. The prices are great. I would consider this a more budget-friendly retailer, and I'll step you through everything that I did to choose the wig that you see on my head right now, and maybe give you a couple of tips along the way. So if that sounds good, let's learn a little bit about RPGSHOW. I do want to add, I can save you $100 off a purchase of $400 or more with a coupon code that I will put in the description box below. It's just my name, Denise, and that's huge. I mean, if you think about it, if you spend just a little over $400, that's 25% off. So really great deal off already. Really good. The wig that I'm wearing is from Sofiathewigstylist on each wig product page. So we'll go to the page for the wig I have on my head. You can see that there are a ton of drop down boxes as you scroll through the page. So you can choose things like length, the type of hairline, the color of your wig, whether or not you want lightly bleached knots or deep bleach. So many options, which, you know, if you watch me or if you've been watching me for a while, then you know I am a huge fan of making a wig your own. I truly believe that when you buy a wig, it's not yours yet. You have to make it your own, whether that's styling it, whether that's trimming and face framing layers or cutting in bangs or thinning. There are so many things you can do to feel really comfortable in your wigs. And I love that at the RPGSHOW website, you can actually choose a lot of that on the order page. So the wig that you get in the mail is truly one that you've made your own. That's huge. I got the 20-inch length, which is too long for me, but I always encourage you to err on the side of too long versus taking a chance that the wig that you wind up getting will be too short, because you can always have a wig cut. The color I chose is the color on the listing, the mushroom blonde balayage with dark roots. We will talk about color later on in the video. I'll go over color in depth. Something else that you can choose is the lace color. So I chose the transparent Swiss lace. That's what the lace looks like on me. They also have a light brown and a medium brown lace option. When you're at their website, you can see that it does look like they are more geared toward the women of color market. They have a lot of women of color in their pictures, but they do offer wigs that will work for women with lighter skin like I have, and so they have a lace option that will work. Another thing that you can choose to add on is a fake scalp color. I'm going to take this wig off in a moment and show what that is, but basically there's a little cap sewn in that I chose the nude color, but there are 4 color choices for the fake scalp. I'll be honest, I don't know if I would choose that again. you can sort of, in some places, you can sort of see where that cap starts. It's not super obvious. I don't know that it adds a ton of benefit for the extra cost. Theoretically, if you've got bio hair and you can sometimes see the shadow of your bio hair through like a lace part, having a fake scalp or some sort of a maybe scar tape on there can really help to disguise that. And so on my wig, I got that fake scalp. I don't think it was really necessary, unless of course you find lace on wigs really irritating. This fake scalp, so it's just a piece of material that's sewn over the lace. It's very soft, very silky. So in addition to potentially hiding bio hair or something that you might have underneath your wig, it's also going to protect your scalp. So if you have a sensitive scalp, that addition could be well worth it. So you can see how it's sewn along the lace there. The jury is kind of out for me whether or not it was worth it, but that is an option that you have. And then I chose a size 1, which is 21.5 to 22 inches. I will talk a little bit about fit in a moment. Let's take a look at this cap though. So this is inside the cap. One thing to note, there are no ear tabs on this wig. This is a 13-inch lace frontal with no ear tabs. So we've got combs where the ear tabs might go, which I don't really have bio hair there, so they aren't useful, but they're also not detrimental in my opinion. We have a comb in the back, which can tuck into your hair, or if you wear a wig grip, you could tuck this underneath the wig grip. If you struggle with wigs sliding up in the back, having a comb back there can make a huge difference. And then we've got that lace is extended. I do have a little bit of a clip that I'll add into this video where I show you what that lace looks like uncut. And so you do have to cut the lace on this. It does not come pre-cut. There's also lace at the nape that you can cut. I've never really found that useful, but I mean, theoretically, you could use that to put the hair up in the back. I'm not sure how well that works. It isn't something I've ever tried. We've got closed wefting throughout the rest of the cap, and we have hook adjusters so you can cinch this in a little bit if the wig is fitting you a little large. These wigs also come with a removable strap in the back. So oftentimes you will find on 13-inch lace frontals, especially ones that do not have ear tabs, they will come with this strap to help with added security and also added tension on the lace. So these are often billed as glueless, and so all I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck that strap behind my head, pull the wig down over the strap. They're often referred to as being glueless, and the strap is what can help make it glueless, because when you have a wig, just trying to make sure all the hair is not tucked into it, when you have a wig that doesn't have ear tabs, you don't have the tension on the lace that ear tabs can provide. When a lace front is attached to ear tabs, it creates a tension on it that allows it to lay flat without any glue. When you don't have that, sometimes that lace won't lay fully flat and you have to glue it down in order to get it to lay flat. Though the straps can really help with that. I am finding this wig fits me great, and I do not really need that strap to create that tension. This lace is laying perfectly flat on me. That's going to be tricky because it really depends on how you wear this wig and how you cut this lace back. So let's talk for a moment about challenges that you face with 13-inch lace frontals and what you can do about it. One of the huge benefits of a 13-inch lace frontal is the ability to create a hairline all the way down to your ears. So to mimic a natural hairline that goes all the way down to the ears. For those of us who have no bio hair at all, that is something that can make a huge difference and really give you a lot of styling options. If, on the other hand, you have bio hair and maybe you like to use your bio hair to blend like I do, I like to blend my bio hair with my wigs, especially if it actually does blend, then I don't need all of that extra lace down here, and it can actually get in the way. It can make the wig so that I have to glue the lace down in order for it to lay flat. So I tend to cut that lace back. I cut it beyond, cut some of the hair off with it, and then I just blend my own bio hair. I have a video where I talk about lace frontals, and I show you step by step what I do and how I cut them back so that they're not in the way. But I also talk in that video about who might want to leave some of that extra lace and how you can handle it. So if you're new to wig wearing, you're not familiar with these kind of caps, please go watch that video. You will learn so much. I actually think it's a must watch before you buy a wig like this so that you can have a plan for what you're gonna do with yours. That video is linked in the description box below. And truly, I did not know what to do with wigs like this until I got enough experience, which is why I made that video. Let's talk a little bit about fit. So I had said earlier I got this in a size 1, and the circumference recommendation on a size 1 is 21.5 inches to 22 inches. I have a 21.25 circumference, and all I had to do was cinch this one in a little bit with those hook adjusters that I showed you, and it truly fits me super comfortably. It does not feel loose on my head. I usually wear a wig grip with my wigs. I actually think I could get away with not wearing a wig grip with this, especially for short periods of time. I don't have to glue it down. The lace lays flat. It really fits me great. I get a little bit of extra cap in the top, not a lot though. So I would say the size of this wig is great for someone with my measurements or slightly smaller, slightly larger. You can find all my measurements in the description box below. You can also choose a size 2, or you can work with them on a custom size. Overall, I am really impressed with what they offer. Truly, there's so many options at their website. The hair quality feels great to me. Obviously, I haven't had this wig for a long time. I have washed it once, and I did put some loose waves in it with a 1.5 inch barrel curling iron. So these are loose waves. I air dried it, and I do have a little segment that I will tack onto the end where I show you how this wig air dried. It didn't air dry with any kind of a meaningful wave or curl pattern. It air dried a little bit frizzy. I would just say that this is the type of hair that will generally need a little bit of heat styling so that it will look its best. It's very, very thick up on the top. There's a lot of hair up here. I think it is because this is a 200% density piece. I actually didn't realize that I got the higher density, so that was a little unexpected, but I would say the hair feels great, especially when you consider these are considered budget friendly wigs. I think this is going to be a wonderful updo wig. This has a ton of potential. I think she's going to look super, super cute in a ponytail. And especially, you know, as I play with her and I get her arranged, I do think I'm going to be wearing this one up quite a bit. I'm also probably just going to cut some of the length off. Again, make these wigs your own and you will be so much happier on the journey and feel so much more like you. Let's talk about this color. They're calling it a mushroom blonde balayage with dark roots. These are very dark roots. I actually think they did a great job though matching the ashiness of the blonde. So I am not super familiar with different terminology for colors of wigs, so I didn't really know what mushroom blonde was. I don't know if this is a good representation of mushroom blonde. It's very ashy and very kind of gray. So I was a little surprised when I took it out of the box. I didn't expect it to be quite this gray and ashy. But as I've studied this wig, as I've looked at it indoors and outdoors, and then as I've looked at the pictures on the website, I can see it. I just didn't really realize it when I was looking at the pictures, but I do think those pictures represent this color pretty well. I did notice that a lot of their colors have dark roots. You know, that could be a nod toward the women of color market that, you know, they've primarily catered to over the years. I don't know, but if you are not into super dark roots, I would absolutely ask some questions before you make a purchase. Usually with human hair, I recommend that you go, if you're really concerned about color, go a little lighter than you think you can wear versus taking a chance it's going to be too dark, because you can get these wigs colored. I actually have some resources if you need them. Let me know. I have a list of stylists who will work on wigs. One thing you generally can't do is lighten them, which is why I say go a little lighter. This one, very ashy, very gray looking, and they did a great job of keeping that dark root also on the cool side. Sometimes with dark roots like this, they can take on a little bit of a brassy tone, look a little reddish. Not at all on this one. It matches the tone very, very well. And as a dark brunette, it does make this color wearable for me because this is quite light for what I'm used to, but doesn't feel out of place because of that dark root. I do think they did a great job with the color, and I think they represented it well. We can get outside so you can see this color outside. Let me know if you have questions. Again, you've got color choices. You can ask questions. I just think they've got a lot to offer. They've been around since 2006. So for, what is that, 19 years at this point? They've really established a reputation. I know a lot of people are really happy with them. This does give a lot of women a human hair wig option in a market that has gotten incredibly expensive and hard to afford. I threw it up in a ponytail as I wrap up this video because I had mentioned I thought this would be really cute up, so I wanted to show that to you guys. They've actually got some baby hairs down on the bottom, you know, that little breakage kind of regrowth that a lot of us have, and I think it just makes it look so natural. So we'll get outside. I'll show you this color outside. I'll show you the air dried segment. If you guys have any questions for me, please let me know. My number one goal is to bring you resources. Share as many resources as I can, whether it's synthetic or human hair, budget or luxury or whatever it might be. I think every woman deserves to see something that will work for her on this journey, and we are all in very different places with very different preferences. And so if I can give you ideas and places to research, I'm all for it. And this company has come up many times in my DMs, in emails. I get asked all the time, and I have gotten feedback from wig sisters who've purchased from them and been very pleased with their purchase. So even though I can't give you longevity feedback, I have heard from a lot of people for a number of years. So definitely put these guys on your list. And don't forget, $100 off, purchase of 400 or more. It's gonna save you a lot of money. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Can't wait to see you in my next video. All right, here we are. You can really see how ashy this color is. I guess I've never really seen what a mushroom blonde looks like, so I don't know if that's typical. Dark roots. I appreciate that the roots are also a bit ashy. One of the challenges sometimes with dark roots is they can be really warm, almost reddish, and I don't think that would look good with this color, so I think they did a really complimentary job. So long, it's hard to hold this far enough away, but hopefully you're getting a good look. There you go. All right, here we go. This is how she air dried. So there is a little bit of frizz. And I am noticing it's really thick up here, really kind of poofy, and it really thins out as it gets down towards the ends. This is one that absolutely needs some styling for sure, heat, and I think some of this needs to be cut off because it's just so sparse on the ends. It's just really long, so it's hard to show it all. That's how she air dries.
Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.